Alright, today we're gonna have a Mazda CX3 that we're gonna be installing with our headers, and then this car already has an intake, and then we're gonna ECU remap it. And this procedure is the same exactly for pretty much any Mazda Sky Active engine, meaning it's the 1.5 and the 2 liter, they're 100% the same. The headers are a bit different though from the 1.5 to the 2 liter, and obviously the horsepower is different also from the bigger to the smaller engine. But the process and how it looks is pretty much the same. So we're going to start with a baseline dyno on this car, which already has an intake here. And then afterwards, we're going to be installing our 421 loop header. And then afterwards, see how much power that makes, then ECU remap. Okay, we have the stock Sky Active header out, and this is it. And this is our 421 loop header. And the reason why this is like that, it's because the stock header configuration is also like that. It's 4-2, it loops around here for the catalytic converter, then goes out here to the rest of the exhaust. There is a very good research paper done, well, written by Dave Coleman. He used to be a senior editor at Sport Compact Car, one of the guys that I religiously read before they fold it up. He explained why it has to be this configuration and nothing else. The reason for this loop is to have a very long secondary runner, meaning this one, these two, and then it loops up to here. Because ideally what you want to happen is if you unloop this, it's going to be this long, and there's no way to package this long of a header with the interior space requirements that the design team had outlined. And the reason for this long design is because the Mazda has a higher compression than pretty much any other vehicles. What they wanted to do is keep the exhaust pulses separate for as long as possible before they merge, so that it doesn't back up here on the cylinders where it will cause the mixture to be hotter. So the faster that the exhaust gas can go out and evacuate, the cooler it will be. Because if you make it into a short 4-1 header like this, it will restrict the exhaust, and instead of the exhaust going out when the intake air comes in, it will back up all the way here and will cause a spike in the combustion temperature, and that will cause detonation. So that's the reason for this one. You want the path to be as long as physically possible. That's why it's like this. But a lot of people look at it and say like, "Ooh, wow, why is it like that?" It's so uncommon than every other header that they've seen. You can Google it up. Mazda Sky Active, Dave Coleman. Google it up, read it, and 2-3 times for you to understand what he's talking about. It's a bit technical. But suffice to say, this is the header that we're going to be installing, and then afterwards we'll dyno it again. Okay, we're done with our CX3 headers and then ECU remap. So these are the results. This red line here is our stock, so that's 128. Well, it has an intake already, so it's not pure stock. Pure stock should be around 120, 125. This red line here is our header. So very big gains here. This is 20 horse, this is 15 horse. This blue line here is our ECU remap. As you can see, there's 75 to 95. There's almost 15, 20 horses in this region. Up top, not much anymore, and the reason why is this. Look at the air-fuel ratio here towards red line, that's around 13. Actually makes more power, a bit leaner, so this red line is the header, so it gained power when it leaned out. Leaning it out anymore is not advisable, and making it rich will just make it lose power. So this area is the correct air-fuel ratio. We're able to add more fuel actually here, where you saw the gain a while ago, the 15 to 20 horses, it's actually this area where we added a lot more fuel. So from 15, and went down to 13 here. So this area is equivalent to this area right here. So that's where the gain is. And like I said, how often are you at 6,000 RPM anyway? So this one will ensure that you have a lot of torque from the get-go, and it's good for the usual overtaking, annoying tricycle, and then generally just going from the stoplight. So yeah, overall pretty good.